Hello, my friends. Welcome to my channel, Bringer of Light Intuitive. I'm Cindy. Thank you so much for being here with me today. It is a special day, and so we are doing a special reading. If you are seeing this on the date that it was posted, which is February 17th, this is a big day. Mark it in your calendar. It is a turning point day. There is a massive eclipse happening today that can eclipse things in or out of your life in order to recalibrate you and redirect you to the path of your dreams and your destiny. It is also the new moon in Aquarius, which is one of those big, beautiful new moons of wiping the slate clean and starting fresh, being who you are, being your most powerful, your most confident, your most authentic self. And the eclipse energy of eclipsing things in or out of your life, you may have been going through a lot of changes. You may have been going through a lot of changes as far as like letting go. People, places, or things might have been removed from your life. This may happen this week. Expect the unexpected, but trust that anything that happens in that way this week, it is for the purpose of putting you on the path of your destiny. Because regardless of what some of you may be thinking, because we have had a very tough year, even just 2026 has been tough, and it's only February. You may be thinking the universe has forgotten me. You may be thinking nothing ever works out in my favor. You may be thinking, when is anything ever going to change? When is anything ever going to go right? I have lived a life of struggle, and I have lived a life of shattering upon shattering upon shattering, and things always falling apart. You may be continually thinking that and feeling that way, and your feelings are valid because of what you've been through. But trust above all else right now. Trust, because there is a higher power that is in support of you, that does want the best for you, and that can help direct you to that, whatever that looks like for you. So know that with this massive eclipse energy, because it does affect us. Some of you know that more than others. I'm one of those really super sensitive ones that is always affected by these things. But the energy of the eclipse, it brings sudden change, sudden rerouting, sudden endings, but also sudden beginnings, sudden removal, sudden change of thinking, sudden change of perspective, seeing life differently, seeing a connection differently, seeing a situation differently, a job differently. You may have sudden epiphanies. You may have a sudden change of direction. Trust whatever happens over the next 2 weeks is happening to put you on the path of your destiny, of what you've been asking for, what you've been praying for and manifesting. It is also the Chinese lunar calendar New Year. So Happy New Year. The year of the horse. This is what we've been waiting for. We have been waiting for movement. We have been waiting for new beginnings. We have been waiting for things to come into place. So let's see what is the energy that surrounds you this week with this new moon and everything going on right now. What is the message that you need to hear? Expect the unexpected in relationships, in jobs, in your money, your finances, careers. Expect obstacles to be removed. Expect sudden movement. Expect doors to open and opportunities to show up for you here in the next few weeks. Whoa. And now we are throwing cards on the floor. Sorry, I had to pause you for a second. Your commitment is being tested. This is the energy that I was picking up on. Really feeling like you may be feeling the pressure. You may be feeling the changes. You may be feeling like the walls are closing in on you. You may be feeling like nothing has changed, or if there has been any changes, they have not been very comfortable and they have not been very good, right? You may be really, really, really feeling that right now. And if that's the case, I'm sending you all the hugs. I want you to know that you were brought here for a reason to see this message. I'm sending you all the hugs and the support, and I totally understand where you're at. I can relate. I have been there. But also I want you to know that things are changing, and I also want you to know, if you are willing to trust and continue with that trust, that there is a higher power that is bigger than you, that is also directing you, that is also wanting you to succeed. If you can just be willing to believe in that, you will start seeing the changes, especially on this new day of this new calendar year, the lunar calendar. Your commitment is being tested, so it feels like you are under some pressure and under some testing and under some changes right now. The answers you need are coming, Gemini energy. And what do we need to release? Hold your vision. Look, you're being tested, but hold your vision. Don't let go. Know that if you're being tested right now, it's to release negative emotions. It's to release fear. It's to release whatever's been holding you back for good, because this is a turning point. Things are turning and changing. This is a turning point. And if you flow with the turning, if you flow with the changes, if you flow with the, being in a state of awareness of, okay, what's going on here? What am I feeling right now? What's being triggered from maybe the past, things that I've been through, although my feelings are valid? What's coming up right now? Because, I don't live in the past anymore. This is not even here anymore. It's like the past is an illusion. While your feelings around those kind of things that happened in your past are valid. This is why there's a resonance there. This is why you get triggered on certain situations. Those are valid. However, we don't live there anymore. We're stepping into this new beginning, a new chapter, a new cycle, a new beginning, period. You're stepping into this new version of you. The answers that you need are coming. You're being rerouted onto the path of your destiny where the answers lie, but also where the fruition is of the things that you're asking for and manifesting. Keep holding that vision. Hold that vision and decide it on the inside, no matter what things look like right now. I am going to get there. I am going to get onto the other side of whatever it is I'm walking through. I'm going to hold in my hands the vision that I have in my heart, whatever that is. You may be wanting a job. You may be going for a job and it may be feeling like impossible to get a job. Hold the vision that the perfect job is manifesting for you and you're about to hold it in your hands. If you've been manifesting love, if you've been manifesting an increase in love in your love life, current love life, whatever it is that your dream in your heart is telling you that it wants and you've been praying for, you've been asking for, you've been manifesting. Whatever it is, hold that vision and do not let go. But you do want to release all the feelings around it that say that it's never going to happen. You do want to release the negativity that brings doubt, brings fear, or brings the assumption in your belief. It's exposing a limiting belief is what it is. So pay attention to what is coming up for you right now, because the eclipse energy is eclipsing it out. Eclipsing out anything that has been holding you back from achieving your dream. Whether that's doubt, whether that's fear, whether that's you assuming the worst all the time. Because when we assume the worst, that's the energy that we send out, and that is the energy that gets reflected back. That is a law of the universe. That is a law of life here on Earth. That's how things work for us. Everything is energy, and energy is everything. And the energy that you send out is the energy of who you are truly underneath it all. If you are someone who always assumes the worst, like I used to be, and I can say this because I've been there and I'm on the other side now, and I'm seeing the difference. Okay, that's why I'm here. That's why I do these readings, and that's why I say the things that I say, and I'm so passionate about it, because I've been there. I've been there. The state that you are in, the true you and what you feel in your heart, if you feel unworthy, if you feel like fear drives you, if you feel like nothing ever works out for me, if you feel like the worst is going to happen, then that is what you're sending out. And you got to be mindful of that, because that gets reflected back. It's a law of the universe. That's how the universe works. It has no choice but to reflect back what we send out. That's why I am always talking about changing your mindset and sending out what you want and not what you are used to or what the past showed you. We're not aligning with the past anymore. We're aligning with where we want to go. So we're releasing anything that stands in the way in you. Looking on the bottom of the deck, the fire horse energy, the fire, the new beginning. New beginnings, new doors, opportunities coming in. Things are changing. Mark this in your calendar. This is a turning point, but you also have to do the turning point on the inside of you. So that Ace of Wands is still on the bottom of the deck here. I'm going to keep it there, and we're going to see what the tarot wants to add to this message for you. Sudden change. We got the Tower. Sudden change, sudden epiphanies, sudden change of direction, sudden answers coming, sudden inspiration, sudden ideas. Also have the Eight of Cups, walking away from the past, releasing the negativity, all of the emotions and the weight and the everything that held you back from your wish fulfillment. This person is looking at the moon. This person is turning their back on the energy of the past, what is no longer serving them, what is, all the energy of the emotions, the fear, the doubt, the unbelief, the stuff, turning their back on all of that and looking towards their wish fulfillment, because the very next card is the Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment, emotional fulfillment, you receiving everything that you want. You have to be willing to turn your back on those old ways of thinking. Seriously. And yeah, it's not easy. It's hard. But you keep doing it, and you keep doing it, and you keep doing it, and then before you know it, you don't even think that way anymore. And before you know it, your life is changing because you've changed. And you are no longer aligning with that past version of you. Sudden changes are coming. We've got movement here with the Six of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Sudden epiphanies, sudden changes. The Tower brings the Lovers, a divine alignment coming together. We've got two sixes. This is a path that you can trust. When I see two sixes, I think two things. As a reader, this is what two sixes tells me. Three things, actually. The six is always balance. It's always movement in the direction of balance, especially when the Six of Swords shows up, because that's exactly what this card means. But two sixes also means if you're calling in a relationship, this is one you can trust. This is a divine alignment. But you know what else I always say about the Lovers is a divine alignment could be something else. Could be your job. This is a divine alignment. This is one that resonates deep within you, that is like home. This is the one that creates peace. This is the one that feels like it flows. This is the one that looks different from everything else that you have ever gone through in the past. This is the one that was created for you, and you are now being put on the path to your destiny, which could be a relationship, a job, a home, whatever it is that is your vision. That's what this represents. But it's also a choice. I don't know if you can hear the crow outside my window saying yes, yes, yes. The Lover's card is also a choice card. You got to choose. You got to choose to stop aligning with the past ways of thinking and reacting and assuming and believing, and align with what you want. This is a turning point for you to align with what you want. And when you do that, and even if you don't, you may have a Tower moment come in that eclipses something out of your life that wasn't aligned with your highest good. Or eclipses something into your life that is aligned for your highest good. Two sixes is a relationship that you can trust. It's a trustworthy partnership. A trustworthy partnership with a job, a trustworthy partnership with a relationship, and it is also you are on the right path towards what it is that you're calling in and away from the stuff from the past. And the Six of Swords says you're in the boat and you're going in the right direction, towards peace, towards balance, towards change. You made it through. You made it through everything that you went through. You made it through to the other side. Now keep going. This is a turning point. And the fire horse shows up with the turning point. The Three of Wands on the bottom of the deck, what you've been waiting for, suddenly, there it comes. Suddenly, there's change. Suddenly, there's movement. Suddenly, what's been stagnant, what's been stuck, moves. Suddenly, you actually receive that job offer. Suddenly, you actually meet that person. Suddenly, a door is open. Suddenly, there's some sort of success. Suddenly, your answers come in. Suddenly, expect sudden change. Expect sudden change. Expect sudden movement. Expect sudden blockages being removed. Expect sudden block. You know what I mean. Expect sudden overcoming those obstacles. Expect sudden breakthrough. Expect sudden epiphanies. Expect sudden clear thinking. Expect sudden changes of perspective. You guys got me all excited over here. I'm loving this energy. One more card for my friends, or two. We've got the Seven of Swords, Hermit on the bottom of the deck, and the Moon. What you can't see is triggering you. What you can't see, you're being triggered. If this resonates, you're being triggered as in from your old stories, the old stories of betrayal, the old stories of things don't work out for me, the old stories of fear, of doubt, and resistance. What you can't see does not mean that it is not happening for you. What you can't see does not mean that something big is not coming together for you. What you can't see is that it is there's more movement in the unseen when we can't see it in the seen with our eyes. Something is aligning for you, and it is going to show up suddenly and unexpectedly. And then from that moment on, your life is not going to be the same. You know, when you get that job, suddenly you're full in that job. Your life doesn't look the same. When you meet that person, suddenly life is all about that person. It doesn't look the same. Don't tell me that hasn't happened for you before, because I know it has. Because it's happened to all of us that way. When things change, they tend to change out of nowhere like that. Answers come out of nowhere. Things are changing for you. So there's all kinds of messages here about aligning your thoughts and your beliefs and your energy to what you want and not to what you don't want. This is a turning point for you to go within yourself and figure out, what is this that's coming up for me? There's a reason why it's coming up. There's a reason why I'm feeling triggered. There's a reason why I'm feeling the way that I'm feeling, because it's time for us to release that negativity from the past, hold the vision, look towards the vision, and then we are expecting things to fall into place. And we are not coming out of that expectation. We're holding that vision. We're not coming out of that commitment to ourselves that our dreams are happening, that the impossible is possible. Believe it. Believe it, and you will see it. Suddenly, unexpectedly, what you can't see right now is because it's in the unseen realm first, and it's about to land in your seen realm. The year of the fire horse changes everything. Don't forget to save this reading and comment below, because some of you, this has already started happening. I receive comments every single day here and on Instagram that things are changing, that sudden doors are opening and opportunities are coming in. Sudden meeting of a very important, significant person. I am receiving comments every single day. So don't forget to save this reading and come back and tell me, because these are big changes. Your life is literally looking better and better and better in 2026.